Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be of a really nice, simple, self-working card trick. It goes down really well. It can be used in many different effects and also is suitable for beginner, intermediate and advanced. So we'll go over the trick in a basic form and then we'll go over a couple of tips at the end to how you can make this trick kind of go to that next level. We'll show you a quick demonstration of what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the deck and I'm going to find a couple of cards which will be important in a minute. So I've got two of the aces. Now the idea is I want to be able to find the other aces, and these cards are going to be kind of like indicator cards. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the cards and I'm going to just deal them down, and at any point the spectator can say stop. It's completely up to them. I don't want to influence in any way. It's completely free choice, and this is the thing I like about this trick. It's so clean. So let's say the spectator stopped here, so we'll put the ace of clubs in there and then put the rest of the cards on top. Now I want you to notice all I'm doing is squaring the cards up, and then we're going to do the same thing again. I'm not going to shuffle, not going to cut the cards. I'm just going to take the cards and deal them one by one again, and then the spectator or another spectator can just say stop. Let's say they say stop here. We'll put the ace of diamonds in there, and once again I can square the cards up nice and clean, and then you can spread the cards out at any point, and we're just going to be looking at the card next to the face-up aces. So we've got the ace of clubs here with this card, and the ace of diamonds with this card. We'll get rid of the rest of the cards. Now I said that these cards were going to be kind of like indicator cards to find the other two aces, and let's see how we did. Looks like we did it. So that is basically what the trick looks like. I will go over the tutorial and then we'll go over a couple of things that can make this trick a lot better. Really simple, self-working, but the initial setup is you're going to put one ace on top and one ace on the bottom. Now also pay attention to which ace you put on the top and the bottom. So for example, I'll put the ace of spades on the bottom because if you think about new deck order, that's the first ace, and then I always put the hearts on the top because that's the ace on top. So now we've got ace of spades on top, ace of hearts on, we've got the ace of spades on the bottom and the ace of hearts on the top. It's completely optional what you do here. This is where you can kind of be a bit creative. So for this example, we'll just go through and we're going to pull out two of the aces from the center. So we've got that, but we still have the two aces on the top, one ace on the top and one ace on the bottom. So we're going to show that, and I usually go down the premise of indicator cards. What I do is I will get them to say stop at any point, and this is the part that I love about this trick. I don't always like a lot of self-working card tricks because some of them don't make sense, but this one really does. So they say stop there, and you put the ace of clubs there first because we got the ace of spades on the bottom. So you put that face up, and then you're going to put the rest of the cards on top, which will put the ace right above the ace of clubs. Now you can square the cards up, and for the next one, the other ace is on the bottom because we dealt down single cards and that ace was on the top. So it's now on the bottom. You're just going to deal down cards like this, and they're going to say stop. And this basically is simple. If you've done the setup and you've done all the steps correctly, it will work. And let's say they say stop here. You put the ace of diamonds in there because the ace of hearts is here, and then put them on top and you square them. Now usually when you're doing this, you don't just go straight into spreading the cards out. You usually kind of recap or something like that, but you'll spread the cards out. And the important thing to also remember is you've got the face up aces, and because of the dealing and placing cards on top, it will be the one above the face up ace. So with the ace of clubs, it's this one here. So you take those out, and the other one here will be the ace of diamonds one. And then you can eliminate the cards and then reveal the 4 aces. So that was the trick itself. Now, a couple of subtleties that I've used in personal experience, and if you have any subtleties, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to find a different way to perform this. I think it would be really cool to kind of explore different variations of it. A couple subtleties is one, knowing the colour of the aces on top and bottom, because I've seen people do it and then sometimes there's a red ace and next to that is a black ace. I just think the colour of the matching is a lot more impactful. It's a minor adjustment, but it's something that I feel like can be overlooked sometimes. Next thing is, if you have good kind of patter and control with the crowd, being able to let them deal the cards. So let's say you've got 2 spectators, one's got the indicator card, or even 3 spectators actually. 2 spectators have an indicator card and one's just dealing down, and then they place it there, drop it on top. It's something that if you're kind of like an intermediate or advanced magician, that you will be able to manage quite well. But if you're a beginner, I'd probably kind of go with a bit of a safer option. And also, if you know the audience and how they will be with them, if they're naturally skeptical people, then it's probably best not to do that. But you kind of need to judge it as and when you're in the situation. Another subtlety is just being really loose with the whole handling. Like, if you're handling the cards and you place the card in like that, it's going to be messy because it was dealt down, and then you can just kind of show your hands and just square the cards like that. Just little things like that to just show that you're not doing anything funny. Finally, what I like to do is go along the premise of an indicator card, instead of just kind of going along the steps. I kind of like to have a bit of a backstory of it. But the final thing I like doing, and I like doing this in a lot of effects, is getting rid of the cards at the end and then just pushing the cards forward. Usually it depends if you allow them to turn it over. I feel like in this instance, it's good to kind of just look at the cards. Some people will act and be like, and just act like the trick's not worked. But yeah, you kind of like to take a moment for the reveal. I think doing this, that little bit of suspense, it really adds to the trick. Optionally, you can also do 2 different types of cards. I have done this quite a lot. I do feel it works quite well. It does depend on the cards as well, I feel, depending on the impact. For some reason, I use a court card and then kind of like a lower sort of card. So a spot card and a court card is my personal preference of that. So that's easy to do. Like I say, when you remember the top and the bottom cards, you just know which one to put there first. And yeah, it's really, really kind of simple. It kind of feels a bit more natural when you use 2 different cards. The 4 aces instance for me was just an example of the trick for tutorial purposes. So that pretty much sums up the trick. Really good self-working card trick, and I hope you guys get a good couple of tips from this as well. If you enjoyed these sort of videos, please let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it, and I will see you next week for a new upload.